Good morning once again and welcome to my YouTube channel, Pearson and Excel International Maths by Mr. Kamoto. And in this video, I want us to go to the very last subtopic of this topic, Pure Mathematics 2, the second last rather, whereby we learn how to solve equations, solving equations using logarithms. And sometimes we may not be very specific in writing solving quadratic equations or quadratic using logarithm. I want to talk about solving equations, just general equations, because that's where we are. And in example 11, we are told that solve the following, giving your answer to three decimal places, and the first one is 3 raised to power x is equal to 20. And in this one, if you have this calculator, you will simply introduce, if you introduce log to base 3 on both sides, you will talk of something that looks like this, because log to base 3 of 3 raised to power x is actually x. Okay, introducing log base 3 on both sides, we have logarithm to base 3 of 3 raised to power x is equals to logarithm to base 3 of 20. Applying the law of indices, of course 3 becomes a coefficient here. 3 log to base 3 of 3 is equals to log to base 3 of 20, or rather this is x, this is just x. X becomes a coefficient there, not 3. So you know log to base a of a is 1, and of course now x becomes, because log to base 3 of 3 is 1, x becomes log to base 3 of 20, which we can easily manipulate using the calculator. For example, you'll use this button, you will use this button, log to base a, log to base something of something. So you just press that button and you can see what it displays. So you indicate base 3. After you have base 3, you write 20 there. So like that is log to base 3 of 20, and then you say equals to, and the answer is 2.72 to 2.73, 2.727, 2.727, 3 decimal places. Yes, that is just part A. Part B, we are going to talk of in part B. Before we can go to part B, I would want to introduce our alternative method. Alternatively, for those of us who do not have calculators that can select the base, for those who do not have the luxury of the calculator that allows you to select the base, it just have this button which talks about log. This button, you know, that button simply talks about log to base 10. Introducing log to base 10 on both sides, then you just have to introduce log to base 10 on both sides so that you can easily and directly use this button. This button is quite natural that the logarithm is to base 10, but this button, it will allow you to choose the base. This button, if you look at this button, the logarithm is to base 10, but this button will allow you to select the base. So if your calculator doesn't have this, but it has this obviously, then you can as well use this. Let me show you how. And we're going to talk of introducing log base 10. We have log base 10 of 3 raised to power x is equals to log base 10 of 20. And then this one affected by the index method, so x log to base 10 of 3 is equals to log to base 10 of 20. Dividing by log to base 10 of 3 on both sides, log to base 10 of 3. So we have x is equals to, because that will cancel out. You now just use the calculator directly here, very directly, and you have this button now, this one. So log to base log of 20 divided by the log of 3 is equals to, again, 2.727. Either way, you will be home. Part B, 4x minus 1 is equals to 61. And it goes without saying again, if you introduce log to base 5, it will be very direct, log to base 5, because you will have 5 raised to power 4x minus 1 is equals to 61. If you introduce log to base 5, it will be very direct, so you'll have log to base 5 of 5 raised to power 4x minus 1. The reason why I introduced base 5, so that I have log to base 5 of 5 eventually, which will give me 1, is equals to log to base 5 of 61. And this goes without saying that if we extend it to be 4x minus 1 times log to base 5 of 5, meaning times 1, is equals to, now calculator, you use this button, log to base 5 of 60, log to base 5 of 61, and then you say equals to, which is 2.554, which is 2.554, which is 2 point something something, and of course, yes, we 2.554. Of course, if you now want to make x the subject, you will have 4x is equals to now 2.554 or plus 1, everything over, divide everything by 4, and by 4 you have your x to be 2.554 plus 1 over 4, which is already here. So you will talk of plus 1, divide by 4, and you get 0.889. You will get 0.889. That is just like what you can do. But of course, even this one, if your calculator does not have that button, again, you can introduce log to base 10 on both sides, which is also very direct. All right.